started us on our way and allowed us to live and experience a new day. And therefore we come to tell him thank you for all that he has done and for all that he is doing. We praise and magnify his name. How many know that he's worthy to be praised? From the rising of the sun until the going down thereof, we praise and magnify him. Oh, come, let us up. Oh, all over the building. Oh.
Oh, Christ the Lord. Come on, lift your voice in this room, say, oh, come, let us adore.
Can I?
Everybody say,
Oh, come.
let us
All over the building. All over the building.
oh, come, let
Adore.
for he alone is worthy,
For he
alone
is
worthy. Oh, for he is worthy.
his word. Right. I cannot live without it.
Cannot live without him.
I cannot live without.
If you know that, say,
I cannot. What about you? I cannot live without it. Right. The Lord.
We give you all the glory, we give you all the glory.
We give all of the glory. We give all of the glory. Cry the Lord. Christ the Lord.
He's worthy of it all.
Oh,
Christ
the Lord. I want you to keep Deacon and Sister Gates in your prayers, that you will keep them lifted up. And we're happy to see Sister Tandy with us this morning. Matthew chapter 9, verses 35 through 38 is a reading of the word today. From the NIV version, Matthew chapter 9, verses 35 through 38. Jesus went through all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and healing every disease and sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Pray or ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." I want you to go back to verse 35 and 36. When Jesus went through all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming good news of the kingdom and healing every disease and sickness. And when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. You may be seated. A few months ago, utility men were working in front of the church. And as I drove up, I stopped and I asked them, what were they doing? They replied to me and said, "We're upgrading your network." I said, "What did that mean?" He says, "We are running fiber. And the fiber will give you faster access." And I thought about it and I says, okay. So while I was telling me that the fiber would give me faster access, what they did not tell me is that I could remain on what I had, or I could switch over to improve my access. I could remain with what I had, or I could switch over to faster access. And as I was looking, they says that they were upgrading my network. I could remain with what I had, or I could upgrade to faster access. I thought about it and I says, you know, that's the way it is with so many people in the church. We can remain to what we have. Are y'all with me here? Or we can upgrade. Somebody ought to help me here to faster access. That went over somebody's head, Don. I'm going to tell you again. You can remain where you are. Somebody ought to help me here. Or we can go with discipleship making and upgrade our access. So anybody in here? I say you can remain with what members you have right now. I wish I had a praying church this morning. Or we can upgrade with discipleship for more members. Somebody ought to talk to them. I'll say it one more time. We can remain with what we have, or we can upgrade with discipleship for the Lord Lord to send more members. One more time for the slow roll. Are y'all with me? We can remain with what we have like we are, stay in the rut of where we are, or we can upgrade with discipleship for the Lord to send more into the harvest. One more time for the slow roll on this side. We can remain with where we are, or we can upgrade. Anybody in here? I say we can upgrade for faster discipleship. Somebody ought to help me. One more time for the folk in the middle. We can remain with what we have, or we can upgrade with discipleship for the Lord to send more in the harvest. Are you going to help me preach this today? So what I thought I would talk to you about today, are y'all with me here? I thought I would talk to you about Jesus networking. Jesus networking. Yeah, we can remain with what we have, or we can upgrade. But if we're going to upgrade, we got to do some networking. Are y'all with me in this house? Listen, my brothers and sisters. Jesus was a master at networking. Nobody could or can network like Jesus. I say he was a master at networking. Nobody can network like him. With Jesus, networking is making connection with those who do not know him. Y'all just missed. I say with Jesus, networking, it's making connection with those who do not know him. And those of us who know him must remain a positive influence at all times. In other words, folk ought to be able to see Jesus in you. Not just on Sunday, but at all times. They ought to be able to see Jesus in you. Are y'all with me? On your job, in your home, at the grocery store, wherever you are, they ought to be able to see Jesus in you. Jesus will show us, he will teach us how to optimize our network for impactful spirituality in this changing world, or this changing modern society that we're in. He wants to show us how we can upgrade, how we can network. He ensures us that our network, listen now, when we upgrade with Jesus, he ensures us that our network is protected against security threats, hackers, and thieves. I say he ensures us that his network protects us against security threats, hackers, and thieves. Why? Because when you're in Jesus' network, nobody can pluck you out of his hand. Y'all ought to help me preach that. I say, when you're in his network, nobody can pluck you out of his hand. When you're in his network, you have eternal security. When you're in his network, you have a lifetime of protection. Somebody ought to talk to me today. When you're in his network, are y'all with me here? Listen, he doesn't charge you anything for an upgrade. Oh, y'all just missed it. I say he doesn't charge you anything for an upgrade. It's like this, bro Frank. You see, I got an iPhone 11. I got an 11. That's what I got. I got an 11. Everybody with me? Gina, I got an 11. But here it is, Leroy. They Verizon keeps sending me text messages saying that I can upgrade. Anybody in here says I can upgrade? They keep sending me every day that I can upgrade. Well, here's what happened, Brother Graham. Here it is right here. I thought about it. I said, well, it's going to cost a whole lot. But then all of a sudden, my son Willie and I was traveling a couple weeks ago. And then what he told me and what he showed me is what I really needed to do. He said, you don't need a new phone. Are y'all with me here? He says, what you got to do is go in and upgrade your apps. Somebody ought to talk to me. So that's all you got to do. Upgrade your apps. And when I went in and upgraded my apps on my iPhone 11, are y'all in here? I discovered a whole lot of things that I had access to when I didn't upgrade. All I'm trying to tell somebody in here today is that somebody need to upgrade. They need to upgrade their love, need to upgrade their forgiveness, need to upgrade their suffering, need to upgrade, and you'll have access. That's all you got to do. Just upgrade. And when I upgraded, I saw a whole lot of stuff. Are y'all with me here? It even showed me some stuff on my vehicle that I need to go get done. All because I had not, y'all ought to help me here, upgraded my apps. I didn't need a new phone. Are y'all with me here? Because this phone is getting everything and doing everything, giving me the same apps that your iPhone, whatever you got. That's all I needed to do, Izora, is just he showed me how to. So that's all I'm trying to tell you today. With Jesus networking, you can upgrade. So what is networking? And my question, is your networking limited to only your inner circle? Do you only network with those that you know? Are y'all here? Your inner circle. Just you and your family. This Christmas, that's all just me and my family. We ain't inviting nobody else. We ain't going to talk to nobody. Just us. Ooh. Y'all ain't going to like me today. I already feel it. I said, are you in his network? And are you upgraded? And are you just going to network with those that's in your circle? Now y'all know it's time for upgrade. Now I don't know. Now, I ain't talking to the young folk. I'm talking to us old folk right now. I'll be back by y'all house. Don't y'all leave me now. And here it is, Keisha. Right now, I think today is probably your last day for you to upgrade and do whatever you're going to do with your insurance, with the enrollment. Are y'all with me here? With the enrollment. Come on, talk to me now. If you don't do it, Virginia, then what you have is going to remain. Are y'all with me here? Have I got a witness? You don't know no new perks. You ain't going to find out what's going on. You're going to remain with what you naturally already. Will y'all talk to me a little bit? And all I'm trying to tell you, if you want to make sure, now, if you got a doctor, whoever your doctor is, one of the things you need to find out, Brother Alfonso, is he or her in your Ooh, y'all gonna make me shout. Are they in your network? Have I got a witness there? Because if you upgrade and they're not in your network, you're gonna have to find. So you gotta understand the importance of networking. So the question is, are you just going to network with those that are in your inner circle? Networking, the process of networking is interacting with others. Are y'all here? To exchange information, to build an authentic relationship, to develop a professional or social contact, to remain friends. Oh, you ought to help me here. That's what Jesus is saying, that I want you to build a network that you can interact with people. Are y'all here? So that you can build a relationship. So that you will have a friendship. Other than those that are in your circle. Some of us don't like to network outside of our circle. Are y'all with me? But Jesus is saying, in the Christian arena, networking should include not only those that are in your inner circle, but they need to include those that are outside of your circle. Networking. So as I look at this, most of you know my good friend, Dr. D.Z. Cofield, said there are two kinds of people in the world: those who know Jesus and those who need to come to know Jesus. As one who knows Jesus, we should be trying to network with those who do not know him. Jesus' primary mission was to network, was to come in contact with lost souls. His primary mission was to save those that were lost and those that are lost. His primary mission is that he left the balcony of glory and came down to these mundane shores to save a wretch like you and me. So I'm going to ask one more critical question here. Are you glad that the Lord came down and saved you? Have I got, or maybe I need to ask this, has he saved you? Now you can be in church, but not having the church in you. Are y'all with me here? I say you can be at church and not have the church in you. Because Peter and John will show you that. So we were on our way to prayer meeting at the hour of prayer. We was at church, and there we met a man who was saying, would you spare a dime? Can you spare something? Could you spare some change? And we told him, silver and gold have we none, but such as we have. They met a man who was at church, but the church was not in him. But when the church got not in him, he went inside leaping, walking, and praising God. And if you recognize what the Lord has done for you, and you come up in here and you can't leap, you can't jump, you can't praise God, maybe you have not had a connection or a network with the Lord. Because you ought to be at a point now that you can praise God for what he has done for you. Anybody in here can praise him for the things he has done for you. I heard the minister of music said the Lord woke you up this morning. The Lord started you on your way. The Lord gave you health and strength. My mama used to pray a prayer. My daddy used to pray a prayer and say, I was clothed and in my right mind. And I just want to say thank you for all you've done. So he has saved us. For those who are not in church, church is not on their radar screen. And since you are the church, you must go where they are. This is what Matthew shows us what Jesus did. He went where they were. Did y'all hear what I said? Jesus went where they were. He was networking. He went where they were. Can I show y'all that he went where they were? Anybody remember the woman at the well? She didn't come to him, but he went where she was. Talk to me, somebody. Can I show y'all that Jesus went where they were? Anybody remember the lepers that was standing afar off, and Jesus went where they were? Somebody ought to help me in here. Jesus went to a leper and said, what is it that you want? And the man said, I want you to just lay hands. He was a leper, and I just want you to lay hands on me. Anybody know what Jesus did? He laid hands on him. Although he was a leper, he gave him what he had, but did not receive what the man had. Somebody ought to help me here. That ought to tell you something. If you go where they ought to be able to receive what you got instead of you receiving what they are doing. Anybody want to help me in here? If you go around the liquor drinker, you ought to be able to tell him that Jesus can cut you loose instead of you taking a drink with him. Talk to me if you can. Jesus did networking. He went where they were. Just as people in the days of Jesus, they are so in our day. They are hurting. They need help, and they need our hope. I say they are hurting. They need help, and they had no hope. They were hurting. They needed help, and they had no hope. What about us? There are those who are hurting, who need help, and they have no hope. Y'all ought to talk to me in here. We got somebody who spent billions of dollars on the east wing and knock it down to make a ballroom where folk are hurting. They need help. And they have no hope. Oh, my brothers and sisters, they are hurting. They need help. And they have no hope. I said, well, go where they are. Let me show you this, Sister Johnson. Jesus may be sending some folk to where we are. Ooh, y'all ought to help me here. I say he may be sending some folk to where we are. Who's hurting, who need help, and who thing we do is take their information. Can I see your driver's license? How many is in your family? Are y'all with me here? But Gina, you don't ever say what church you're a member of. Somebody ought to help me here. Have you led your children to Christ? Woo! I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I just saw it. Say, yeah, I do. Have I got a witness here? Now, you're in the church now. You're in the church. Come on, help me here. Have I got a witness? They come every Tuesday. At least, I said, how many folk we had today? We had 150. How many of you invited to church? How many of you invited to Christ? They were hurting. They needed help. And they had no hope. Next. They're all outside the door. Next. Just drive around. They're going to put it in your car. Next. Let me see what kind of car they driving. My God. Could it be the Lord is sending some folk to test you? They're hurting. They need help. And they have no hope. So how did Jesus go about networking? I told y'all were going to get quiet. How did he go about networking? I'm going to give you three things. I'm going to sit down. Number one, he upgraded his network by making physical contact. He connected physically by making physical contact. So here it is. The verse says that he went about all the towns and villages. He went to private towns. He visited the great and wealthy cities. He visited the poor, obscure villages. And he preached there. He healed there. He made physical contact. He met their needs. And the Bible says he healed every disease that they had. And guess what? At no charge. He went where they were. And he made physical contact. He was not what I call standoffish, but he made physical contact. He was not restricted. He said, I must need go through Samaria. Are y'all with me here? Oh, he was not restricted. He made souls his primary network. Jesus made contact with the rich as well as the poor. He made contact with those that were right as well as those that were wrong. Although there were those that did not want him in their town, he never stopped doing what he was commissioned to do. Just because folk talk about you, don't you stop telling people about a Savior who can save anybody. Just because they say something you don't like, don't you stop telling people God can change your life. If I'm making any sense in here, you ought to holler back at me. Don't stop doing what you are supposed to do because folk don't want you to do it. He made contact. He made connection. He had a network. We got to understand that we take our orders from Jesus. I said we take our orders from Jesus. He made contact. Listen, our commanding officer is Jesus. We live in a world we live in a world where our commanding chief is in the White House or the free world, but he's spreading hate. Are y'all with me here? He's a narcissism bigot. Jesus loved all people, and that includes Somalians. Oh, y'all just missed it. I said it includes Somalians. Have I witnessed it? Jesus loved Mexican people. Jesus loved people of color. Jesus loved Gentiles. Jesus loved Jews. He loved white. He loved black. Are y'all with me here? This ought to be a melting pot for everybody, because for God so loved the world that he sent his son, and whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Are you with me here? If they are Somalians and have become a citizen, they got just as much right here as anybody else. Talk to me, somebody. Can I tell you all this? Jesus never considered anybody as being trash. I don't think y'all hear me. I say he never considered anybody as being trash or garbage. Even when they took the lady that was in adultery, he still didn't consider her as trash or garbage. When he got through, he says, "Where are your accusers?" And she says, "I have none." And y'all know what he said? "Neither do I. Go your way and sin no more." Don't breathe into that nest, into that vessel. Don't breathe into it. Just because you got $2 above dinner don't mean you're going to be up there tomorrow. You got to thank God for he made physical contact. And what he did, he proclaimed the good news. He went about preaching the gospel of the kingdom, the good news, glad tidings, peace on earth toward all men. Secondly, here's the second thing. Not only did he make physical contact, Brown, but number two, he made a contact of peripheral vision. Put it up, number two. Yeah, a peripheral vision. You got it. Y'all know what he said? He saw them. He saw them. He saw them. And can I tell y'all what he saw them for, Brent? He saw them for who they were. That's right. not with what they had. Ooh, y'all ought to help me here. He saw them. That's what it said. He saw them. Here's what stopped us, Nada. We can't help people depending on what we see. If they're dirty, if they're ragged, if they're smelling, we walk by them. If they don't look like us. But see, we looking at the outward appearance. Jesus saw what was on the inside of them. I don't know whether I'm going to make it to the hoop, so y'all better catch on now. He saw what was on the inside of them. He saw, here's how Jesus looked on the peripheral vision. Here's what he does. He looks on the inside. He looks inwardly. He looked to see how clean your heart is, or how dirty it may be. And if you love him, have I got a witness here? I say, if you love him with the dirty heart, he knows how to clean it up. Somebody ought to help me here. He knows how to renew the right spirit. He knows how to create within you a clean heart. I wish I had one witness know that he has created within you a clean heart. I got one back there. I got one there. I got one there. I got one right there. I'm going to give you a biblical one. Then David said, after he had messed up, can I tell y'all what David says? Oh God, create within me a clean heart and renew the right spirit within me. He saw a symbol and manifestation of the inward condition. He saw what was on the inside more than what was on the outside. He saw it. He took a clear gaze at them, and he looked straight at their hearts. And he said to them, you know what? You all are like sheep without a shepherd. You're without a guide. You're just drifting. He saw their sore feet. He saw their weariness. He saw they were tired. And every now and then, you need to know the Lord see your condition. He see what you're going through. He see what's bothering you. He see what's on the inside. He see beyond your smile to see what's on the inside. You see, some of y'all came in here this morning. Here's your shout right here. You came smiling, but on the inside, you're hurting. You're crying. Your world is coming down. The person sitting next to you is saying to you, honey, you just don't know. I was going to deal with this, but my time won't let me. He saw that. He saw their weariness. He saw their tiredness. He saw it. He saw their trouble. He saw it. He saw it. And then he connected with them emotionally. The text says he was moved with compassion. This means that Jesus connected with them, both empathetic and sympathetic. He saw them. He sympathized with them. And he had empathy for them. There is a difference. Sympathizing, meaning you feel bad, you're pitiful, you feel sorry for them. But empathizing is different. It means that you understand exactly what they are going through. Let me break it down to you. See, some people will tell you, I know what you're going through. But they really don't. Until you sit where I sat. Until you drink what I drink. Until you lick the tears that I licked. Have I got a witness here? Come on, talk to me here. You lost a child and you ain't never lost one, and you come up there throwing your arms around me talking about that. I know what you're going through. No, you don't. Have I getting the witness here? No, you don't. You feel sorry for me, but you don't know what I'm going. Somebody ought to help me here. You don't know the connection that me and that child had. I know you saw him as a bad child, but I saw him as a child that loves his mama and his mama loves him. I wish I had a witness here. See, you can talk about my child if he's gay or she's something wrong with him. Have I got a witness here? But when your child is gay, when something is wrong with your child, you don't want to talk about. Somebody ought to help me. I said there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. Every now and then you got to be able to ask the Lord to help you understand what I'm going through. Help you to show some empathy, to show some sympathy. That's why I'm careful. I listen, but I'm careful to say, honey, I know what you're going through. But Jesus knew. He knew both. He knew both. So here's the lesson. This is the lesson. Get this right here. He was teaching three things. He's teaching us, if you don't get anything, he's teaching us to look internally. Look internally. Feel empathetically. And then act compassionately. See, you got somebody in the White House ain't got no compassion. Woo! Not for poor folk, not for people of color. Are y'all with me here? Can I talk about this for one more second? You got a man who took people of color out of his cabinet. Only have 4 people of color in his whole cabinet. Somebody ought to help me here. Have I got a witness here? One of them is Rubio. Y'all ought to help me here. And he don't look like us. Somebody ought to help me here. I would take time to name him. Have got one that look like he's African American over hood. Y'all ought to help me in this house. And then he got somebody that look like he may be from Hawaii. Polynesian, that's what it is. Hey, they not like us. They cut your food stamps off. Hey, they going up on Medicare. Somebody ought to help me here. Talk to me, somebody. Hey, can I go on down the round? Your insurance going up. What kind of compassion? I got to move. I got to move. Here's my last point. Here's my last point. Number 3. Not only did he see them, but here's what he did. He connected prayerfully. I said he connected prayerfully. King James Version says, he said, pray that the Lord of the harvest would send forth laborers into his harvest. Pray that the Lord of the harvest would send forth laborers. Here's the difference. Here's what I've learned, Virginia. Here it is right here, Sister Gowan. Can I tell y'all what it is? There are 2 things we don't want to be. We don't want to be servants, and we don't want to be laborers. We want positions, and we want titles. Are y'all with me here? We want to be the chairman of the Uckamuk committee. Yeah, somebody ought to help me here. No, we want to be the chairman. We want to be known as the leader. We want to be, but we don't want to be a servant. We don't want to be a laborer. We don't want to get our hands dirty. We don't want to get our knees scarred and sore. Laborer. Pray that the Lord would send forth laborers. We feel that that's beneath us. Hey, how many in here have ever taken a job beneath your skill? Thank you. Have I got to win? And I want to send a message to our young people. There may be a time in starting out in life, you may have to take a job beneath your skill. You may not have went to school for that, but what you want to do is put some grits and stuff on the table. You want to put some bacon on the table. Have I got to witness him? You may have to take something beneath your skill for right now, but keep on working, honey. If you keep on working, here's what the Lord say about those that are faithful. If you remain faithful, the Lord will reward you. If you remain humble, the Lord will exalt you. I come to tell you, every now and then you may have to take a job. Can I show y'all somebody who took a job beneath his skills? His name was Moses. Moses took a job following sheep, and he had a degree from the University of Egypt. Somebody ought to help me here. But he followed sheep for how long? For 40 years. Are y'all with me here? But in due time, the Lord exalted him. If you hang on in there and if you pray, there are some things in your life you need to pray about. There are some things you can't make it in life without prayer. And I need to close by telling you I made it this far not by my intellect but by prayer. Somebody was praying for me. Somebody had me on their mind. Somebody took a little time to pray for me. And I want to tell you, prayer will solve a whole lot of things. Prayer will make a way out of no way. Prayer will open up doors that's been closed in your face. Won't it do it? Anybody tried him? Anybody know what prayer will do? Pray that the Lord would send forth laborers. Send forth laborers. Send you as a laborer.